Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
No. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Hey, you block over here.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. Shoves him aside. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-opening opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But
there he goes, left side. Dalvin Cook, all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. You talk about this Jets defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Herbert just beat the play clock. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Herbert. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. Touchdown, Chargers. Dalton Kincaid, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Let's go, let's go.
After the turnover, here's Herbert being chased out left. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Touchdown! Quentin Johnston from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26. Back north. Slip it down.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run with Hall. Able to fight through one tackle. And he breaks through another tackle. Down the left sideline. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. With his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. His 14th overall. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level.
Yeah, they would have been happy with a first down, but this is even better. Once he's past the marker, it's cream cheese from there. And he bumps it to the outside, and it's just going to run away from defenders on his way toward the pylon.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. You talk about this Jets defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He gets it to Johnston. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. Under a minute to go. Clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Herbert operating from the red zone. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On second down, here's Herbert. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, Second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two?
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Go.
Mims in motion right.
Let's go.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Herbert now. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Herbert. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Herbert. He'll get that complete to Khalil Herbert. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Caught by Allen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Herbert going to change the play here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Herbert powering up, puts it on the carpet. It's out. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Touchdown, LA! Dalton Kincaid with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll work down inside the 45. Here's second and 7.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
On play action, now Rodgers. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing is Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3-and-out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman with an amazing diving catch. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Zerline now for the PAT. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert off of play action. Complete to Johnston here. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Run! 21.
Now Herbert going to change the look. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's got this down to the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now they'll change things up. On first and 10, Herbert finds Johnston. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Brings up second and a yard at the 26-yard line.
Second down and a yard. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
They'll run with Herbert. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They snap it to Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
In motion, the tight end. Now Herbert, third and goal. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And some room to work. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First down, Los Angeles.
On first down, it's Herbert. He's got Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A handoff for Herbert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Out of the gun, Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, early they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the one. 141 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second and goal from the 1. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. He may go. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an album. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, go Lion. Hey, easy. Go Orange.
Herbert now. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Well, apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
And my goodness, another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Chargers! Quentin Johnston with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to claw one back.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 145 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Check 30.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
26.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. To throw is Rodgers. Catch is made by Hardman. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Touchdown, Jets! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On third down, Herbert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Herbert's throw pulled in there by Johnston. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there for L.A. 53 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little. Herbert has it knocked free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And now here is another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. That's pretty rare that you see a ball game decided by this wide of a margin, and now it gets, Charles, even wider after that pick 6. They've done everything right on that sideline.
I think we can safely say that not only is the scoreboard, right, the gap big there, now everyone's just looking for stat padding, right? Do I get a chance to make a big play? Can I get a takeaway? Can I go ahead and put the ball in the end zone? That's what these guys are all talking to each other about now with a lead this big.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. Keenan Allen, 75 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Chargers 35.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's starting to reincarnate it right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Nico Hardman, 49 yards. And the Jets add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
Play action. It's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And my goodness, another interception. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Hey, take 26.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dayon Henley in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Rodgers. multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here is third and quite a ways.
Rodgers going to throw.
This one deep for Wilson.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you...
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Inside.
Rodgers throwing here. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the action...
Now Davis fumbles it.
Well, one of the linebackers has got it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side to Kincaid. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Herbert's pass intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game. This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Rodgers looking to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Ray. Hey, easy. We'll go forward.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Ram. Baylor Tiger. Ready.
Herbert off of play action. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. 3rd and 19.
5-9.
3rd and long.
Crowd right. Real hot.
Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Jets, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about it. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight, take a trip to Peru. That hop in the whip that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about it. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Every week I got a mission to get it. Hop on a flight and finish in business. I'm sitting in business, just look at the